What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Aaron here with 900 Rated Disc Golf. And as you can see by the title, I've got something pretty cool for you guys today. I'm going to be reviewing the Nate Perkins Night Strike 3. It is a Color Glow FD. I don't have a whole lot of experience with FDs. I've actually owned a couple of the previous Night Strikes in the past. But overall, this is going to be a pretty fresh review just because I really don't throw this disc a whole lot. I'm actually super stoked to get my hands on one of these. If you guys know, they sold out almost immediately, pretty much everywhere. And at my local Play It Again Sports, we originally got 10 of them. And I texted one of my bosses saying, hey, can you hold one of these back? I want to do a review. And by the time they got my text, they had sold them out. So, I had to get this a little bit later than I hoped, but a huge shout out to my buddy Nick for hooking me up with this thing. He actually only throws blue discs, and so when he picked this up, he was just getting it to throw around a little bit, but he managed to get his hands on a blue one, so he hooked me up big time with this. So thanks again, Nick. Really looking forward to getting to throw this one a little bit. It's actually a 171 gram, so it's a little lighter than I typically throw, but I'm hoping that it still shows its stability a little bit. And then along with the Nate Perkins Night Strike, I'm actually going to be throwing just a stock S-Line FD, just to do a little bit of a comparison. I don't throw FDs. I really don't. It's been a long time. I used to throw Leopard 3s, which were sort of similar, but this should be a pretty fresh review for you guys. So I want to give you my thoughts, just maybe comparing the two plastics a little bit. This one here is a 173 to 175. I don't really think that's going to affect the flight characteristics a whole lot between the two. But really, I just wanted to give you guys my honest thoughts on the Night Strike while also comparing it to maybe a little bit of a cheaper option. I know on the secondary market, Night Strikes, pretty much any variation, are going for a ton. So if you guys can save a little bit and just get an FD, you know, that's what I'm here for. But at the same time, if the Night Strike blows the stock line out of the water, you know, maybe it's just good to invest. Otherwise, you know, if you can, hit up Nate Perkins. Maybe he's got some more left. Support a pro. Do what you got to do. But enough talk. Let's get to throwing. All right, so this is the field that I'm going to be working with today. Pretty wide open. Exactly what I want. Going to be throwing a few shots on hyzer, flat, and anhyzer. Maybe a few forehands and some max distance shots.
Well, that felt really similar.
Well, I said they felt similar. They landed right next to each other, legitimately about the same flight too. So this could be a fun comparison. Not going to fault that on the Night Strike. That was just a bad throw. It's not bad.
Oh yeah, that felt good. So straight.
That one's a good shot. All right, guys, some real quick thoughts on the Night Strike 3 along with the FD. These discs are insanely similar. It's almost like it's the same mold, am I right? But no, in reality, guys, a lot of the shots that you saw there were actually my first attempts at most of the different angles. I didn't try to, you know, just show my best shot, except for a couple instances. In particular, I believe max distance. I showed my actual max distance shots, and I mean, just from seeing the distances, they were in different spots, but you just had them at the same distance. Like, it's remarkable how similar I was getting these discs to fly. I would say if you can't get your hands on a Night Strike 3, the S-Line FD might be a remarkable like replacement for it. They flew so similar. I mean, just from looking at my first couple shots on flat, those were both my first couple shots of the day, both on a flat release, and they looked the same, they felt the same, they flew the same, and they were 5 feet from each other. I mean, there's not much else that I can say about that. But before I get into more in-depth talk, I'm actually going to head out to my home course. There's a couple of holes right around the 320 foot range. I'm actually going to do a few more shots with each, trying to do just some accuracy shots just to see how close I can get to the pin. And then I'll give you my final thoughts. Out here at hole 7, as you can see, it's very wet out here. The goal is really just don't miss too far to the left, because it is very swampy.
All right, guys, and a treat for you guys. If I manage to ace it, I will give that disc away on Instagram.
My first couple attempts, FD probably about 25 feet away, Night Strike here probably about circle's edge. Not too bad. I'm gonna give them both one more go. Let's see if I can ace it for you guys. Coming up on these two now. Night Strike got closest on this one, probably about 15-20 feet out. Definitely not a bad attempt. My FD, I did try to give it a little bit more as a possible ace run, but I left it out a little bit left. I'm honestly just glad that it didn't go into any of this. Flirting with the edge, but still not a bad shot. But here we go. I'm gonna give you guys some final thoughts here on these two pretty awesome discs. All right, guys, so I'm finishing up here out in Mascoutah. Did a few accuracy shots with both of these. Just here to give you my final thoughts. Honestly, these two discs are insanely similar, but I will say if you can get your hands on a Night Strike, they're pretty phenomenal. But if you can't, an S-Line FD is a pretty suitable replacement. I wish I would have grabbed a C-Line FD to test out alongside these, but honestly, they're both phenomenal discs. If you get a chance, pick one up. It's a perfect beginner disc for a reason. They do fly insanely straight. They hold lines pretty well. You definitely need to give them a try. But guys, I really do appreciate you guys watching this. What's another disc that I need to try out? What's a disc that is underrated in your opinion that deserves a proper review? Give me some comments, and I would love to do more of these disc reviews in the future. But in the meantime, again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And looking forward to get you guys some more content over the winter here. So catch you later.